was pleased with the victory. Really did some things well. Handled our turnovers well. We did some things that I was very proud of. Got a chance to play some backup players. I was really happy about some of the kids that came in the game and did a good job. Nate Cox, our backup quarterback, Harry Ballard, new receiver, came in and did a good job. I was happy we could play those kids. I was disappointed about our penalties. We have to do a better job in that area. We did a much better job a week ago and not such a good job in this game. Some area that we have to clean up and show improvement on this week. It'll be very important going on the road that we don't make those types of errors and mistakes. Did a really good job defensively and pressuring the quarterback, got some minus yardage plays, got some sacks, was really pleased with that. And I thought our execution on the most part was pretty good offensively. It's a good win. So proud of our fans and our students and the atmosphere in Mackey. It was really amazing and something that we would love to build on. I think our kids really fed off the energy in the stadium, and I thought it was just awesome to see, especially after last year and not being able to have fans. But we played 2 games. We've done some good things, but we're a team. We're a work in progress. We have to continue to work, continue to improve, and push for better execution in all phases. We didn't play as well in the kicking game as we'd like, and so we have some areas that we're really focusing on and improving on. Really excited about our next game, non-conference game, playing a Big 12 team, obviously in Kansas State. Have a ton of respect for this program. I've spent years coaching in the Big 12, coaching at Nebraska when they were in the league, and coaching at Iowa State and coaching at Oklahoma and Texas. Many games against Kansas State. It's a great place to play. It's a great environment. I actually coached against Coach Snyder in his very first home game at Kansas State, and Coach Snyder was one of my coaches in college at Iowa. Just have tremendous respect for what that program has been about over the years and what they've done. And, Coach Kleiman's done a great job. I've known Chris for many, many years, Courtney Messingham, many of their coaches I know, and have just a lot of respect for how they go about their business there. They're very well coached, fundamentally sound team. They play extremely hard, play good defense, and do a really good job offensively. I'm really proud of Deuce Vaughn. I've known him coach with his father, and what a tremendous back he is. Really talented young man, great family. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. We're excited. We're excited to play this program, to play a non-conference game, to play on the road in their great environment, and looking forward for our team having an opportunity to improve and play better again this week.
All right, let's open it up for some questions for Coach.
Coach, you had mentioned the fans earlier at Mackey. Would you say that was the most impressive turnout you've seen in Reno here, especially with the student section? It seemed like it was bumping from beginning to end.
No, I loved the change, having the students in the south end zone and having our band in that southeast corner it just changes the atmosphere of the stadium totally. And the atmosphere of your stadium is it's all about your students. I mean, the energy of the students and their excitement for being at the game. It just adds a completely different energy, and our kids loved it. I think especially after last season, us not having fans, it was so great to see, and we appreciate everybody that came out. we walked the team in through the tailgates before the game, and it was a great atmosphere then. And I think it's just something that we can grow on. Our team really loves playing for our fans and this community. And so it was really, really awesome to see, and I think we can build on it.
Coach, I'm David Smale, and I cover K-State for a wire service. For those of us who don't follow your program closely, talk about what your team's strengths are, and specifically Carson Strong, what he brings to the table, and then I have a follow-up.
Well, I mean, this is my 5th year here at Nevada, and we've really worked hard to build this program. We've tried to recruit really good players, tried to add length and size to this team, and speed and athletic ability. We have an offense that, we like to say it's balanced. We like to use all of our skill players and get the ball to different athletes. We have a good quarterback. Our quarterback has been in our program. He's grown up in our program. We like smart, accurate, passionate quarterbacks, and we like guys that have the ability to throw the ball accurately. And Carson has those qualities. We have good receivers. Romeo Dubs and Cole Turner and Elijah Cooks have all been all-conference receivers for us. So those are really good players. We've got good backs. To'o and Devontae Lee are downhill players that we like to get the ball to and run downhill. We got a veteran line. So got a lot of kids back. And our defense is in its 2nd year under Brian Ward. And I think that's an area we can continue to show improvement on. Getting off the field and 3rd down is really something that, we take pride in, and I think we can improve there and get better at getting off the field. We have a veteran defensive line. We've got good linebackers in Lawson Hall and Deion Henley. And I think we got an improving secondary. And Burdell Robbins has been a guy that's played a lot of football in our league and has been an all-conference player. So, we got a good program. We're trying to improve every time we go on the field and get better. And we're anxious to play these non-conference games. Last year we didn't get a chance with COVID to play non-conference games, and it's always fun to travel to different places. And I've had an opportunity to coach in Manhattan, and I know what a great atmosphere it is there. I kind of remember when Coach Snyder brought the students, they come rushing in to the game when they open the gates, and they put them behind the visiting bench and the band. And I just think it's just a great example, one of the greatest coaching jobs in the history of college football, in what he did building that program. And so got a nice card from Coach Snyder last week, and, we do stay in touch. And, I just have a lot of respect for the K-State program and what they've done.
You talked about a quarterback who's been in your program for a while. K-State lost its 6th-year senior last week. They're saying it's not season ending, but he's going to be out for a while. How does it change your approach to be going against a true sophomore who basically had the same situation last year where he was thrust into it, not really ready?
Yeah, I know he got some experience last year, and I'm sure that he's learned from that. He does have playing time, and so it's not like a guy that's just going in there hasn't played. It's always tough. You hate to see injuries, and it's always hard for any team when you lose a guy that you feel is your starter. But just like every team, you have to be ready to go in, and I don't think it's going to change what they do offensively very much. I know they'll continue to stress the things that they like to do, and we're going to have to be prepared for them.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
I guess as a veteran of the 12 during your assistant career, how would you describe 12 football? I'm sure it varies from team to team, but it's always known as kind of a scoring, fun kind of conference.
Yeah, it's always been a wide open conference, and I guess I'm old enough to say that I saw it emerge. I coached at Nebraska, and in the early 2000s. And we were coming from the NFL. I was with Bill Callahan, and we were putting the West Coast offense into Nebraska. And at that same time, Mike Leach was going to Texas Tech. And that really opened up the conference. You know, it was really a running conference before then. And Nebraska was still in the Big 12. And you know, then we went to Nebraska, started throwing the ball. Mike Leach really revolutionized the league, because then you had all the high schools in the state of Texas running air raid and throwing the ball all over the place, you know. And then later on, you know, I went to Oklahoma, and then the whole tempo thing started. We started the tempo in 2007. And when I was there, and we had Sam Bradford, and we went fast, you know, that's when the whole spread tempo offense started. And then that kind of trickled down to a lot of schools, and it became a conference where you had to be able to score. If you couldn't score, you really couldn't keep up with people, because most everybody in the league could score. And it's still somewhat like that. You know, and then Coach Snyder, what he did at Kansas State, just recruiting players and fitting their motto and getting them to play so hard, and you know, and getting the playmakers that were difference makers. Just whenever you lined up against Kansas State, they were so well coached, so disciplined, and played so hard. And so you just have to, you have to beat this team. You just have to beat them. You can't expect them to make a lot of mistakes. And it was always a tough trip when you went to Manhattan. And you know, I've been there coming from Nebraska. I've been there coming from Iowa State. I've been there coming from Oklahoma and Texas. And it's always a tough game whenever you go to Manhattan.
You mentioned Deuce. Can you tell us a little bit more about your relationship with his dad and how tricky it is to take down like a 5'5", 5'6" running back?
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen Deuce since I was at Texas, and his father and I coached together at the University of Texas, and just a great family, high character, not tall, but you know, we could all list a bunch of great running backs that weren't tall, and just extremely explosive, quick, difficult to get down, and just plays extremely hard. And so, you know, we're going to have to do a great job. You know, they like to run the football, and he's a big part of what they do. And so we're going to have to do a great job playing assignment football and handling the run this week with Deuce.
How much do you think you'll learn about your guys up front on the offensive defensive line this game? I mean, it seems like, you know, obviously a lot of the acclaim is to Carson and the wide receivers, but Kansas State wants to push people around up front, and that's going to be a big challenge for your team in this one.
There's no question, Chris. You know, it's always a challenge when you play, you know, you play a Power 5 program that's traditionally a very physical team like Kansas State. And so, you know, we've worked really hard to build our offense and defensive lines. I think that's the key to having a consistent winning program. And you always get tested when you play, you know, veteran physical teams like this. And so there's no secret that it's going to be a physical game, and it's just the style of play that they play. And so you have to be prepared for that. You have to go in and do a great job in both lines, you know, handling the run game. You know, we're obviously going to be tested. If they can run the ball successfully, it's going to make a lot of things easier for them offensively. And so, you know, that's our goal every game, to play the run and play it well. You know, and then I really think the key for us defensively is third down, how we get off the field, and we have to just play really well and play assignment football. But it will be a test. It'll be a test for us offensively as well. You know, we want to run the ball and make people play defense, and that's part of it. And so it'll be a challenge for our union as well. They have a big defensive line. They have, you know, big physical ends and a big, strong nose guard. And so that's going to be a challenge for us as well. So, you know, we've got a couple games that we've been able to look at them, and really different styles. I think, Southern Illinois is much different than what Stanford tried to do to them. And so that's kind of give us a little insight on what we're going to see. But, they're doing some different things than they did a year ago defensively. And so we're going to have to do a good job of identifying that and sorting it out.
Coach, they beat Stanford by 3 scores. They're getting some top 25 votes. Is K-State the best team you guys are going to play so far this season, you think?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're obviously a quality opponent, and I think it's important. We've got to play good football. We got to take care of the ball, number one, and we've got to make them earn, what they get on offense. And that's just it's not rocket science, I guess, but it's really the truth. And they did play very well against Stanford, and they had a good win this past week. So I think in your third game of the season, I think you got teams all over the country that are looking for improvement. And we're certainly one of those teams. We have to get better. And we're going to get a good test this week. Obviously, we're going to get a great challenge from a really well-coached, good football team. And we're going to have to go out there and make plays to win for sure. We're not going to, and like I mentioned earlier, the K-State teams that we've always played, you had to beat them. They weren't going to make mistakes. They weren't going to give you easy plays. So you have to go out and block them. You have to go tackle and play good defense. And we're going to have to play good situational football. I think that's one of the things I challenged our team last week, is that we really have to show up in the third down situations, the red zone situations, understanding the kicking situations and executing there. So, to beat a good football team on the road, you have to do that. And we'll certainly have to do that this week.
Do you have any update on Andrew Cannon and Jermaine Ledbetter's
Yeah.
for this game?
Yeah, Andrew, we hope to get Andrew possibly back for conference play. He's got a couple of weeks of healing up. Jermaine's doing better, and we expect Jermaine to play. I think he could have played Saturday if we really needed him, but Jermaine will be back for this game on Saturday, and we expect him to start.
What did you think of Gray Davis and Jacob News's play last game and early game?
I thought it was great that Jacob got a chance to play. They both played pretty well. There's some things that they can do better in the game. And I just think it'll benefit us down the road that Jacob got this kind of experience to play a whole game and, make the mistakes, make some plays. He's going to be a really good player. He's athletic. He can pull. He runs well in space for an offensive lineman. And so I'm really pleased, that we were able to get Jacob on as a transfer from Arizona State. And Gray's an experienced guy. He's played a lot of football for us. He's been here and been coached in our system. And so I think Gray should improve from this performance as well.
You guys have some really tough road games right out of the gate. You got that Cal one, then you got Kansas State, then you got Boise State. Is key to being able to play as well away from home as you do typically at home?
There's no question. And I think, the one thing you have to do when you play on the road is you really got to be together as a team. I think it's always a great challenge, and you really got to be resourceful with each other. And I'm excited to go on the road and play. We knew when we got the schedule, we were going to have really, really tough road games early, and that we had to start fast. And that's going to be important in this game, that we start fast, that we establish a physical style of play, that we make plays, that we're clear-eyed and really keeping our focus and our attention on the things that we have to do on the field. And I think it was a really good response when we went to Cal. We didn't play particularly well early, but we settled down and we really focused on our fundamentals and doing the things that need to be done to play well. So I think we need to take that experience on the road again. And I think we'll have it's going to be a different atmosphere than Cal was. It'll be it'll be better in the sense, I think there'll be more fans and student section and people involved in the game. And I think that'll make it great for our guys. And we're looking forward to it.
And Coach, you had mentioned it right there. You've already been there and done that when it came to going on the road and getting a quality win against a Power 5 opponent like Cal. With that being said, been there, done that. How much does that help that you've actually seen it and done it as you try to do it again?
Well, I think the greatest example of Cal was, it's all about how you prepare. It's your preparation, and I mentioned that to our guys today. We got to be prideful in our preparation, and really lock in on the things that are going to help you play well on Saturday. And we want to do that every week. We want to be a team that does that routinely, and it'll be no different this week. We have to be exact in what we're doing. We have to really understand the scheme of what we're playing against, and people have to be accountable for their play. And when we do that, we have a lot of success, and we're going to have to do it again. It's a work in progress. It's a daily thing. And, we're focusing on that. We're trying to be prideful in our preparation and respect the opportunity that's in front of us. But having played on the road already, I think that's helpful for us in taking this next opportunity.
I know it's something that you guys can't control, but what would it mean to you to get this team into the top 5? I mean, it's something that's only happened twice in school history, 1948 and 2010.
It's a goal of ours, Chris. It really is. And, no Nevada team has ever beaten 2 Power 5 teams in the regular season. And so, to do something that has never been done before at Nevada it's a real goal of ours. We feel like we're capable, and and if you do want to be ranked, you got to go out and play well in games like this and win. And so, it's out there for us. We have a lot of our goals that are out there for us, and this team has talked openly about that, and I think that's okay. I really do, and we're certainly capable. And it's all about how we practice. It's all how we prepare, and it's all how we collectively go out and execute on Saturdays. And so it's a great opportunity. I told the kids the other day, I said, these games are going to go by so fast. And, when you get out of school, you're going to remember, going to Cal. You're going to remember going to Kansas State and playing in a great atmosphere. And so these are the games they'll look back and they'll really remember. And so, we can do something about it now. We can prepare properly. We can get ourselves ready to play. And then we can go out and do something about it on Saturday. So it is important, and the kids are well aware of what it means, and we're looking forward to it.